This story, this experience is real, and myself and my crew were able to document proof of what is soon coming to PARAFlixx Paranormal Plus.
In 1997, I was asked to do a spiritual mapping of Tampa.
I faced one of the most mind-blowing paranormal experiences that I have personally ever documented.
It has to do with the trauma that this place kind of has experienced in that area, and I really think that that's exciting.
I was creeped out automatically.
Oh, dude, look at that! That stuff's been pretty incredible. What about this gate is a portal? Where did it come from? And it's been pretty intelligent.
I asked God to show me and lead me to where a spiritual gate was, and my eye caught that gate.
I want to know the story behind this gate.
You're not going to come against my friends. You're not going to come against my family. And I'm going to stand here until you let go.
My Paranormal Experience, The Gateway Between Worlds, premieres November 6th, only on PARAFlixx.
I'll start.
All right.
I'm Nathan. I'm a self-taught filmmaker from the Texas Panhandle. Me and Beth have been working together. Me and Beth are like brother and sister, literally. We've been involved in the paranormal together for about 12 years. You know, like I said earlier, before, you know, we thought we were live earlier, but I was talking. But, you know, my experiences took place at 17. And that was whenever me and Scotty were, you know, like best friends, and we still are best friends. But those experiences were very negative in natured hauntings. And, you know, unfortunately, the people that were involved in the experiences, they refused to talk about the experience. But Scotty was the only one that was willing to talk about it and open up. And I was the one that actually decided to, you know, go further with the investigation stuff. I started documenting my own investigations. And then shortly after that, you know, I got with the team, and then Beth and I had met shortly, I don't know, a couple of years later, and, you know, the rest is history. So that's kind of where it all started, you know, in the beginning for me.
Okay. Beth, up again.
Well, like I said, my first paranormal experience happened at about the age of 13. It was kind of like, I didn't say this earlier, but I'll go into it now. It was a full body apparition out in the middle of the country. So that was kind of my very first experience. My second was with actually seeing my grandparents' dog after he had passed. I saw him in their hallway, the outline of his body in the hallway, months after he had passed away. And until then, not until I hooked up with a couple of girlfriends and we found Jefferson, Texas, and had a couple of experiences there that I really, really got interested into the paranormal and investigating. And I think that was in about 2008. And I think I met Nathan in 2012. And I started investigating with the team that he was already on. And we were with them for like 6 or 7 years, I think. So then Nathan brought up his idea of my paranormal experience. That team really wasn't into it. I was into it. It didn't work out with them. And here we are. Couple of years later, so that's about it. And Kara left.
Welcome.
I'm not standing here for this. I'm warm.
Yeah, Kara's like, I'm out of
burning
here.
the bread. I'm baking, and I saw.
So y'all, I asked a really good question earlier, and apparently we weren't live. So I had asked, like, how you guys all met up, what made this journey begin with, you know, the My Paranormal Experience. So I'm sorry, but can you guys kind of like rehash back on that again? Because I don't think we were live when we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Let me adjust my light. It's like bright. It's like blinding the crap out of me. Hold on a minute.
I
Oh,
have been lighting
way better.
issues for
Way
months.
better.
Oh my
Ask Scott.
goodness.
Like it's been me nuts. It's okay. We understand.
So, when it comes to my paranormal experience, I have wanted to do this project for like I don't know 7, 8 years. If if I want to
Ah,
get technical with it, I've really had a vision
Okay.
for this since like I don't know, it's been a long, been quite a few years. But the team that we were with at the time,
Wow.
was you know not everyone was open for it. I mean, they didn't say nothing bad about it. It's just they had no interest, which was fine. But I decided, I'm gonna put it to the back burner for right now. And I'll come back to it later. But it got to where I had this burning passion just building up inside me, and I thought, man, if I don't do this now, like I'm gonna regret it. Like I'm gonna, it's something that I have to do. And so,
Right.
but I was talking to my wife about it before I started the project, and she says, "You need to do this. Like this is something you need to
good.
do." And it needs to be just you. Like it started off as just my own project, literally.
Ah,
And and what ended up happening was I came down to the conclusion with, what, before I can showcase other people and put them on the line, if that's even the word for it, I need to put myself out there on the line first because I need to see what feedback is going to be. I need to see what the outcome of a story that I would cover would be like.
Mm.
So I literally, this is how the name came about, the whole title. I have my room back here, I have all my production back here, and I literally put one camera in front of me, hit record, and I started talking, and I was talking about my grandmother because my grandma was never a believer in the paranormal, but she told me before she passed away that no matter what I do, she's going to support me, and when she passes away, she's going to come back and show me, herself in spirit form. It's like her way of being jokingly to me, I guess.
ah,
But that was the story basically. And when I put this video together, it was literally like a 10 minute, and there was no B-roll footage. There was no storytelling aspects other than sound effects. Like it was theater of the mind. And if I talked about something that happened, you would hear sound effects in the background, like the background music, and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I got the message across. But that's the first video that I had posted, and I think it was shortly after that I got a phone call from a good buddy of mine named Lyle Lotz. He's from the Twisted Realm Paranormal Society out of Virginia. They're also part of PARAFlixx. He had
mm.
called me. I think it was 2 days later after he had watched it, and he said, "Hey, I just need to let you know." He says, Do you realize what you just did?" And I said, "I posted a video." I mean, he says, "No." He says, this is real stuff. Like this is real honest stories. Like this is very hard to find in the field now." He goes, "What you got here is very special." And of course, I'm just kind of like, yeah, well, we'll have to see where it goes, because I was still skeptical about the idea. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. But then all of a sudden, it's spreading all over the country. People from all over the world are reaching out to me, reaching out to Beth. And then shortly after that, Scotty came on board because, he had told me before that the next project that I do by myself, he wanted to be involved. So I recruited Scotty. And then the people were coming to Scotty about all this stuff. So we were getting people from all over the world wanting to share a paranormal experience. And people from our community here in Pampa and Amarillo and the surrounding area, people that we never would have thought were, believers or even believed in stuff like that, were like, "Hey, I got a story that I trust y'all with. I would like to tell it." And so that's kind of how the story began. But where the title came from was whenever I was, reviewing my footage to kind of, edit the episode together or whatever, I was looking at it
Go
and I
away.
literally got in front of the camera and I said, "My name is Nathan Withers and this is my paranormal experience." That's exactly what I said. And that's just kind of how it stuck. And I thought, wow, this is it. This is the title. because it's not just my experience; it's anyone's. It's my paranormal experience. So it could be
Right.
your experience, Kara's experience, whoever experience it is. So anyone that participates, that's like the only line they really say is their name and this is my paranormal experience, and then the rest is on them. They tell their story how they tell their story,
Right.
and
Right.
shortly after that, Beth was like, "Hey, I want to join." And so I said, "Hey, well, this is the thing. If you join, I want you to learn production. Production is going to be really a big key in this situation." So she came on board, and filmed a couple of stories with me to kind of get her feet wet with cameras and whatnot. And then shortly after that, Scotty got involved, and he, was in production with us. And then when we were filming for the Gateway, Kara got involved. So it's mind blowing to see how much this whole entire project, this show, the series, everything we're doing has just grown. It's incredible to me.
It's incredible. It's like I said, PARAFlixx. I got that, and I'm glad I got that because there's so much content on there, and like you said, you start off filming, and that's a really good platform you now.
Yeah,
And other people, if they get a chance to do that, should jump at it because it has a lot of independent, film producers and stuff on that. So yes, I'm trying to talk her into getting it. I might have to gift it to her.
yeah.
Yeah, she probably want to be on then. So.
But yeah, no, we're excited to be a part of PARAFlixx, and our new documentary airs this Saturday at 10/9 Central. We've been filming for it for the last 6 months, and the editing. Actually, I take that back. We've been investigating it for close to 6 months, but the editing
I
took,
don't.
about 3.5 months, and it was a really amazing story that we told.
Right.
And I'm the very first time Kara and I had met was during the Gateway film. The first time that me and her met in person was during the filming of the Gateway.
All right.
And that was it was really cool how that happened. So
That's nice. And it's great to have people around you that like our teams in the past. We've been together for like 12 or 13 years now. But when you get together the group and you like creative together, I mean you guys are and it works together. I mean
yeah,
you see on TV like I don't know, I'll say it, Ghost Hunters, where they test back and forth with Brian at him. You know what I mean? And then it's just the atmosphere then when you're out. It just goes down, then you're all night when you do investigations, your mind's on something else and and that's what takes people down when they're investigating.
right.
Got all streets again. But shows keep wrecking again. I don't know what she's doing. She too busy playing with lights. Hey, T, we can't hear you. I'm muted. There you are.
No, I had myself muted, but like there for a while, I couldn't get in visually or with my mic.
Mm.
So I think what's happening, and I was talking about it over on TikTok, I think what's happening is when people come in and out on StreamYard, whoever is hosting that show, you actually need to unmute and shit like that with new people that come in. Because it was showing that I was in and I was trying to like unclick my shit, but it wouldn't let me.
But I don't have that control with
I don't know. It's like I couldn't.
Well, you can now because I got a message here, so I can't unmute the guests. They have to do it themselves. So you're
Okay.
on.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. See, I'm not technology
Okay, well, sorry.
savvy. That's not my thing. I'm not.
Sorry. Hey,
We
hey
tried.
guys, got a question for you. So how many shows do you have now? You know, sitting back there, going to be putting through. How many episodes do you have?
I couldn't count them right now, honestly. I mean, we have filmed the series for an entire year and a half nearly.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, we have I don't know, we have at least 2 seasons worth of stories. And but the thing was, the Gateway film that literally just happened, and we had planned on making it part of the series, but the investigation became so groundbreaking and compelling that we decided
Oh,
to just put the series on hold. Like the entire show was put on hold to do this documentary because the evidence was phenomenal. I've never captured or experienced anything like this before, and it was crazy. So yeah, we have, but as far as the series goes, we have quite a bit of episodes, and we have a lot of footage to go
yeah.
through.
And you say dropping it weekly, or how you doing it bi-weekly, or how you gonna do a
Oh,
series?
wow, that's time is our best friend, honestly. As far as episodes go, we don't have a deadline,
Right.
and when we do an episode or a documentary, whatever it is, I'm very, very, like specific on editing. Of course, our crew, they put ideas in. We work together on all that, but when it comes to the editing, like the editing has to be like spectacular. It has to be well done. And so I want whoever watches our show to see a good product, basically. So,
Right.
it just
Right.
depends on how long the editing process takes, the storyline, and all that good stuff.
For your editing, do you have a software that you like to use when
Me, I,
editing?
I do Final Cut. I'm a Final Cut guy.
Not Final Cut. That's free, right? I think
Yeah,
Final
I do
Cut's
Final
free.
Cut. But I think everyone's different. I think everyone
Yeah.
has a different perspective, and that's okay. That's
You
awesome.
still can't see it? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Are we live on Facebook? Has anybody else actually confirmed that we're live on Facebook?
No. Like I said, I don't think we are, but I can't stop.
Because I'm being
Restart
told
again.
that we are not live on Facebook. Like it's not showing that we're live on Facebook. Hold on. No, wait. I can do this. What the fuck? I've got 3 screens. I'm sorry. I've got.
Yeah, I got this message here about that. But it says here,
I mean, it is showing. I don't know, guys. It is showing us that we are live on our end. So.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's on YouTube. No, it's on
Well,
YouTube.
see, that's what I'm getting ready to do right now.
Yeah.
I'm going through all of our outlets to see if it's actually
Yeah,
because Nathan, you said you're live on your guys' TikTok as well too, right?
Yes, he is. I'll answer for him.
Okay, so you're seeing a flow. Okay.
I mean, if you want, Teresa, you can go to YouTube and copy the link and put it there on Facebook for YouTube if you want to watch live. Can you do
Okay.
that?
I think you all are just messed up. Like, either you're not finding the right page on Facebook or just blame Scott. I blame Scott for everything. Just blame Scott.
That's fine.
I don't,
Fine.
I think you
That's
can share it
hilarious.
later. Like if it's not live.
I don't know what else to say because
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like I said, I'll take care of everything. It just
I'm seeing a flow of dark magic coming your way. Okay. Okay.
All right. Like I said, don't worry. I'll get the YouTube video
No, I
and
think
post
we're
it on Facebook.
yeah. I mean, if anything, it might be like, I don't know, some for kind of messed up glitch on your end, but I'm not seeing anything that says that we're not live. Yeah, hold on. Do your thing, Scott. I'm going to check all of our pages just.
Okay. Sweet. We are live on YouTube, so I'll copy that thing and I'll put it in the comments or wherever. Bear with me. Almost there. Okay. I have the put the I hit the around. Post the link for YouTube on our Facebook page now. Go live there. I hate Facebook. I'm thinking about just going on YouTube for now on. So I'll be able to do so. Alright, guys. Sorry about this. It's a
Oh, you're
mess.
good. It's all right.
It's a mess.
Things happen, you know. We understand.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Well, that's on my house, so. Do you guys want to share any secrets about where you, of some of the places you did, or show coming up, like the locations?
I'll let Beth go to this one.
So just you want to know about like some of the locations we have coming up, we've investigated, and okay. Well, I mean, I guess
if you can share.
The one we're working on this weekend, we're going to the History Haunts and Legends event in Jefferson, Texas, actually. And it's just in the filming process. We're also doing a private investigation for our series, so that's what's in the filming process. We'll do that Friday night, and then the event actually for the History Haunts and Legends is Saturday. So we'll be filming all day Friday for this episode that we're trying to get done. We were there at the beginning of October. Had some really crazy stuff happen to us, and the lady that's there, her name's Brooklyn, and her experience, we got her interview done, and her brother and his boyfriend actually investigated with us. So they had some crazy experiences just by themselves. My experience there didn't happen till the next day. There's a staircase in this building. They're two gigantic buildings owned by the same person. One side's a bar and grill type place, and then the other one's empty except for Brooklyn's little boutique. And so we are telling her story there, if in that location, and investigating it. Like I said, we're wrapping up this weekend. For me, the staircase in this building, I had some crazy experiences in, mostly the second day when Nathan and I went back just to shoot some B-roll and get some extra footage. I had some crazy experiences there, some growling noises. And what's crazy is Nathan wasn't feeling this. Like the growling noise that I heard while we were there. I mean, me and Nathan were like 2 steps from each other, and he didn't hear it, but I heard it, and it was a real. I mean, it was crazy. I even said, "Bro, did your stomach just growl?" He said, "I don't know what you're talking about." You know, he didn't even. And I said, "There was a big growling noise just now," and he didn't hear it. Which was kind of crazy. I kind of think whatever this is on the staircase is focused in on me, because Nathan isn't experiencing anything. He doesn't feel weird. He did experience actually he did hear some footsteps coming up after I think it was when we were both already up the staircase and we were at the top of the stairs. I think at that time he did hear the steps. It sounded like somebody coming up the stairs towards us. We were the only 2 in the building. So, you know, obviously we shouldn't have heard that, you know.
Right.
But so for me this weekend when we go back, I'm focusing on the staircase for myself. I think this is the first time I've ever been so scared about interacting with spirit at this place. I mean, it's been years since I've felt this way. I guess, I don't know, last February we went to the Malvern Manor. I kind of had the same kind of
I want to go
feeling.
there.
But this one, I don't know. I couldn't make myself go do a spirit box session or anything. I was that scared. I was that nervous about going back onto the staircase. It freaked me out. Nathan's like, "Bro, go do it. Go get on that staircase, have a session." And I couldn't make myself. And, you know, after you leave a location like that, have experience, and you're like, I can't do it. And then you think to yourself, why didn't I do that spirit? Why didn't I do something on that staircase? A spirit box session. I mean, just a digital recorder, something. And so that's my goal. When we go back this weekend, I'm going to make myself get on that staircase. But that's, yeah. So that's one that's going to be coming up. I don't know how Nathan will do it. Like he said, we have so many stuff filmed already that we got to kind of go in order. I don't know how he's going to do it, but that's one of them. That's the one that's fresh in my mind. So that's it.
I look forward to it. I'll be on Saturday night to get your first one.
Right.
That's why I want to get these guys on a few days before. I know you talk about there next week, but I thought we'd get you on before your premiere. So.
Nice.
Scott, it's all your fault, Scott.
What are you doing, T?
They said you forgot to pay the bill. It's all your fault.
No, I paid the senior bill. Where did it go? And I'll
kind of touch base on the Jefferson trip we're about to go on.
Cool.
You know, like Beth was talking about, you know, that experience for her was very real. I didn't experience the staircase like she did. You know, we were so involved with our production at that time. You know, we really we got to investigate it, but, you know, interviews were critical. The stories were critical. So I was so focused on trying to get production done. That's kind of where my mind was at the entire time. Right. And so, you know, we went back to the location to investigate. Beth was just terrified.
She broke something else. Jesus, T.
Beth was terrified, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I kept telling her, dude, you need to get that staircase. And so I can't. I said, I obviously I can't make her do that. I can't make her go and do that. But I was like, you know, you never know what you're going to get if you don't go do it. You know, I was like, I know it sounds bad, but you're terrified of whatever's there. And at this point you're vulnerable. So I was like, what would hurt to just go in the staircase? I was like, I'm not going to let you go by yourself. I'm going to be there with you, filming you. But she was like, nope, not doing it. I'm not getting that staircase. But I don't know. It's and then after the trip was over, we kind of talked about it. She's like, man, I really wish I'd got the staircase. And I was like, well, come next month.
Yeah, you're going in.
I feel like you need to get in that staircase.
Yeah, jerk your ass in there.
So, and this time,
you could scream, no, I don't want to go.
Yeah. And this time it'll be the entire crew that are going to film. And I
Oh, that's awesome.
I find it really cool because, my Paranormal Experience crew has never been to Jefferson as a whole. So, the fact that we're going to do this, this annual event that happens every spring and every fall is really cool because Beth and I, this is like another annual event for us. Like we go there every fall to participate in this event because we love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
But for Kara and for Scotty, it's going to be their first time going. And they're in for one hell of an event, one hell of a weekend. So
oh man,
I can't wait to see what she's clapping.
I muted. You can't hear my clapping. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I love to get that tasteless.
One thing I will add is, now that we're with PARAFlixx, Natalie Jones, the CEO and president of the network, she'll be there with us the entire time we're filming. So she'll be going live on the TikTok page and as well as the network.
Right.
She'll be doing a live stream, because I know during the Paranormal Conference, our crew's involved with that. So it'll be really cool. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, we talked back and forth. I thought to message her after she wants to come on sometime. She said, I love you. So we're going to have her on soon. Maybe next month, too. She seems nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing at the history. I want to plug that History Haunts and Legends event. It's really cool. This town is pre-Civil War. It actually started because boats were going up down the Caddo Lake. And so that's how this town started because it was just a stopping point for these, like for your coffee and tobacco and alcohol and that kind of thing. So that was just a port. And so gradually, the town grew up around it. And it's been there since, I want to say 1850. I know the hotel was born, that works, built in 1851. So... it was before 1850s that that's my clock. 1850s, the town was started before that. This place it's so rich in history. It's exactly what you picture, like in more like like Louisiana. It's Annabella homes everywhere. There's like half the town is historical. They're historical homes that have been there forever since the beginning of this town. So the History Haunts and Legends, what happens is, like our team is going to host a location, and I think there's like 3 or 4 other locations, and people pay to come in and investigate at these different locations. It's usually in groups. So we would have groups come in. And then we break apart with each team member or something and investigate the location. We actually have an antique mall that's our location this time. And it's got a lot of history. It's been there. It's right beside the railroad tracks that have been there since forever. So that's what we'll do. We're going to have meet and greet. The Tennessee Wrath Chasers are going to be there.
Oh, cool.
So I'm excited to meet those guys. But this place is amazing. I mean, moss hanging from the trees and everything. It's great.
Oh, that's beautiful. Ugh.
Oh, it's beautiful town. So
yeah,
it's probably one of the most haunted towns in Texas. I mean, I would totally claim it. Other people have said that it is acclaimed the most haunted town in Texas. So if anybody out there's never been, it's worth a trip, even as far away as you guys are from Texas. You would not be let down one single bit. Y'all would enjoy yourselves there. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Cool. I may have a place to stay down there. I know
Texas.
Arthur, we could stay with Tui Steiner.
Yeah, she's from Texas. That's right. Yeah.
So let's give her a buzz. That's pretty cool. So
how'd the PARAFlixx journey begin, though? Like, what? Whose bright idea was this, and how'd that begin?
All right.
You go.
She's like, nope, you.
All right. So basically what had happened, PARAFlixx, dear Lord, that fell on my chair. Sorry. PARAFlixx, has been looking at us for a long time, and, and at the time, we were a part of another network,
Okay.
but we didn't have anything to give anybody. We really didn't. We were still filming everything, and we literally had nothing going on other than filming, trying to get everything, production done, all that stuff. So, like I said, for an entire year, we filmed the show. That was all we did. And we were supposed to film everything and, try to get things presented to different, people, different buyers. But, one day, Beth reached out to Natalie Jones from PARAFlixx, and, immediately we were on a conference call about 4 days later.
Oh, wow.
And so, that's how it happened. And it was just really cool. I was really excited for the opportunity. I was really excited to see, how our team would do on the platform. And it's just awesome. I'm excited about it.
And Daniel's class influenced me to basically need to heal. Daniel's class, he's a good guy.
Yeah, Daniel he was on here. He was on here. I think, was it last week, or when did y'all have him on here last?
Last month.
Last month, okay.
Yeah.
I know I guess Natalie had told us that he had gave us a shout out. I was like, oh, cool, I'm gonna go watch. So I looked at that and I thought that was pretty cool. It was very, very nice of him to give us a shout out. I really, we all appreciate it. It was amazing.
I mean, that's the cool thing that we appreciate about people like Daniel, is he is a huge supporter of the little guys who are stepping up on the totem pole. Okay. Like he is a huge supporter in teams and groups like that. Mm-hmm. So if he's acknowledging you, if he's putting your name out there into the public spotlight, like, yeah, it means something. We get that. We get that. Most definitely. Yeah.
And I remember actually sending Natalie a copy of the film because, I wanted her to kind of see it before it went to the platform. Because I wanted to get her feedback. Like, I want her honest feedback, because this is the first, episode, documentary that we have released in over a year. So I was just like, man, I really want I want to get her feedback, because when this goes to, the platform, I want to know what the feedback would be. And, Natalie was just, totally supportive of it. And how she said it, there's nothing like this out there, which, I mean, that's her opinion, and that's awesome. But, just getting other people's perspective on the film was really, really awesome. So.
Yeah, we just try to get her on next one. Because doesn't she own the Texas Paracon? Doesn't she run that?
Yes, she does.
And what's the other one?
I have no.
Another Paracon I have fixture runs too. I forget. But she also in a ghost group too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure what the name is, but yeah. Cool. So, you guys, what kind of equipment do you guys use?
Equipment?
Certain kinds, or
we try to keep things simple. We really do. There's a couple of things that we're looking into getting, putting our feet into and trying to see where it takes us. But we've had a lot of success so far with just keeping it simple. You know, a spirit box. You know, some a few motion sensors.
Mhm.
You know, stuff like that. But as far as like any of the crazy things you see on
Mhm.
TV, we haven't really dug into all that.
Okay.
Because on most of our investigations that we've done, we've like I said, we've kept it small, but it's been very effective. We've gotten a lot of cool results on that. And most importantly, your body is your biggest device.
Oh, we said that too. Yeah.
Your body is absolutely the biggest paranormal device there is. Your body will let you know when you're experiencing something or when something's not right.
Yeah.
And and I guess when that happens, I guess you just hit roll in the camera and just whatever happens happens. That's kind of what happened at the
I
Gateway.
I'd actually surprised somebody because we were asked, like, what are your typical devices? And my very first answer was yourself, your being.
Yeah.
You are the best device that you can bring onto a investigation. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool to hear someone else have that concept too.
Right.
Plus, we used to have I still have it back in college. I've dug it up for years. They got an 8-channel DVR. I haven't set that up because it takes so long to set it up and then tear down. But we could just walk around the camera, and we got static cameras all over the place. So to go and set that, run wires and stuff, like the pain in the ass.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we don't have a lot
somewhere.
We get a
Go
lot
ahead.
of results.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of equipment. I have an idea that I'm working on in my head. It's not a big deal. I'm not trying to create something, but when you're on an investigation and you got your camera over here or just focused on one area, but you turn to look at something else that captures your attention, whether it's something you hear or think you see, and you see it with your eyes, but it's not captured on camera. You're like, you missed doing that because you weren't ready for it. You weren't prepared for it. You had your camera over here in this direction or whatever. So that's one of the things I want to figure out is how to get some glasses or some kind of way to strap something at eye level to capture stuff like that. But that's in the works. There's nothing out there like that that's night vision. I mean, unless you alter it.
Right.
Find a way to do peripheral cameras. You know what I mean? Peripheral.
You kind of almost need like one of those VR big bitches on your.
Yeah.
We've been live long enough. I can swear we're good. Like one of those big bitches, those headset things that where no matter where you're looking, where you're seeing, it's capturing everything within that view.
Yeah.
Like a panoramic view of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like screw a video game in VR. Like I want the real thing. I don't play video games. I want to see the ghost.
Hey, and
okay?
if you get enough, you can turn it into a video game and just terrorize everybody else.
Absolutely. I'm game for that. I could play that game.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Can I terrorize my own kids? And okay, I'm down for
I
that.
have a friend. Matter of fact, now that we're talking about the VR stuff, the virtual reality stuff, I have a friend who does networking for a living. He does computer stuff and networking, whatever. He texted me. I don't know. It's been several months ago, but he says, "Bro, I got a brilliant idea." And I said, "What is?" And this is for like the paranormal stuff. I said, "Okay." Because they need to create, or you guys, or someone. He goes, "Hey, I'll even invest in it as long as y'all are with me on this." I said, "What?" He goes, "We need to create like a virtual reality, headset that you can film like up to 6K or whatever it is. Your investigation and night vision or whatever, but have like an SD card in the deal." Yeah.
Yes.
He's like that way.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, well, let's do it, but of course we haven't gotten onto it. He's like, I know there's nothing like that out there. He's like, we could do this.
You got to think about it. It can't be that damn complicated, y'all, because they have those glasses now where they can record just like a dash cam, just like your phone, just like, you know what I mean? So if it can record like that, I got a pair of them for my husband, as a matter of fact, so that he could watch YouTube videos while he was fucking mowing the goddamn lawn. Okay? Of all things, you're supposed to be mowing the lawn, but you're watching YouTube videos. Okay. So they have it where you can do that. So, I mean, how hard could it possibly be to night vision equip something like that to like regular video? It can't be that hard, right?
I know a guy that can do it. I know two guys that can do it, but they're busy.
See, she knows somebody that can do it.
There's Jeff Kunkel and Jeremy Jones. So there's two guys I know that can do it, but both those guys, Jeremy Jones is paranologist. He's constantly building equipment and he's got orders,
Right.
and Jeff Kunkel works for Ghost Adventures. So he's a busy guy too.
Right.
But
Damn it, Scott.
We got Bill.
We need to get on Bill's ass.
Yeah,
I was going to say Bill.
Bill,
My tech guy. Thank God I got my tech guy, because I'd be so fucked. It'd be ridiculous. I am not technology savvy at all.
No,
at all.
Me neither.
If it wouldn't be for Scott and Bill, I'd be so screwed. I wouldn't be here tonight. Okay.
I can do cameras.
Thank God for
but I'm weird about like equipment stuff. Like, I mean, like I can turn on spirit box all day long, but when it comes to all that high tech stuff, yeah, I'm the same way. Like it's very difficult for me to understand it.
I think my biggest thing is the concept in which and how it works.
Right.
Okay. I understand how a damn recorder works. I get that. I understand how a video recorder works. I think we all understand that concept. But how do we put that perception and that concept into something that is picking up, in which we are saying is a spirit, a ghost, however in the hell you claim it or relate to it, How is that happening? How do we get that to happen? And how do we get everybody else to believe that this is what is really being captured through this device? Like, that's the hardest thing possible. Like, I could have a video camera sitting right here in front of me right now, in front of all of these screens that I've got in front of me, and we could see a shadow come darting right behind me through all this shit. We would all go, what the hell just happened? What the hell was that? But we still have that 20%, 30%, 40%. That's like, oh, well, that was just a glitch in your camera. Like, that's where the hardest part of our job, really, we can't explain. Everybody has a certain perspective of how certain technology works. But if you have someone who is like, oh, well, that's a glitch. You can't, how do you argue with something kind of like Kenny Biddle and how he does what he does? Like, you just can't. Yeah.
Well, the whole thing about it is, though, is all these freaking apps out there that put ghostly pictures and stuff. And now everything's fake. Now you find something's pretty good. Oh, so the wind blew it over, or somebody behind it hooked it with a stick or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just ruins it.
Yeah.
I think that's just the reality of the paranormal. You can't say everything's paranormal. For instance, in this new film we're about to release, there's a couple of things that take place that we're not calling it paranormal, but we don't know what it is, so we're leaving it up to you, the viewer, to decide. That's the kind of that's just like you said. There's always that chance that someone might have an opinion, but that's okay. I'm open-minded. I'm open-minded for people's opinions. I'm open-minded for people's feedback. Because heck, they might be able to have an explanation for what it could be, and that's amazing to me. Mm-hmm. But also going back to the whole, you can't argue with that evidence. There's been some things that our crew has captured on film, responses, whatever, and it's just simply, you can't argue with that. Like, if you think this is something different, I don't know what else. I don't know how else to put it on you. Like, I don't
Right.
know how else to present it to you. So no. As far as equipment, like I say, we really just keep it simple. We've had a lot of success with keeping it simple. I mean, I'm not saying that we're not gonna, be experimental and adventure out and try new things. Because absolutely, but
Right.
we haven't done a whole lot of like big, like big dog equipment. It's just we're very simple people when it comes to stuff like that.
I appreciate that. Thank you for being very simple people.
Yeah.
But I think, especially where we are in our society nowadays, in order to really present what we are trying to present to people, it is best presented in those simplest forms. I mean, we're trying to present something to people who
That's
are
about as complicated as I get.
yeah, see, no. My grandfather, my grandmother is going to look at that and say, what the hell is that contraption? And I don't trust it. Like, instantly. Like,
That's just the production camera. I mean, you got wireless mics on it, all the crazy stuff. That's about as complicated as things get for us. So,
Hey, Teresa, you want me to show them the ball drop?
the what?
The basketball.
The basketball.
Will you show it?
Go ahead. That was great.
This is a post town where in a gymnasium they got an old wheelchair there. We put a basketball on it, and I'll play it for you. I have to do it a couple times though. I was like, at the very end there, we looked at the basketball on the chair, and nobody's in there.
whoa.
Here comes the ball.
Absolutely full green.
That was great. I love it.
I'll play it again. Hold on.
I was
Go
going to say do
closer.
a full screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bell zooms up on the next one. But yeah, heard the noise on there it was and went up there and Bessel was in the middle of the gymnasium. Rolled halfway through. Now Bill,
Well, and I think the best part about this clip is, the best part about this clip is there was nobody else in that room. There's nobody in that fucking gymnasium. Like, that kind of shit is what I live for as a researcher, investigator.
Sure.
Like,
Sure. Yeah, that's a pretty impressive clip. To me, that's really impressive.
Yeah, and when you're on an investigation and you're a witness to something like that happening in real time, y'all, that's what gets our adrenaline really pumping as an investigator. When shit like that happens and you have absolutely positively no logical explanation for it.
Well,
How do you explain that?
You clearly see the basketball like just get pushed out of that chair, or something like tips it out of a chair. And
Forcibly.
It's there. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think it's pretty cool. I like it. That's really. Did y'all capture that?
Yeah, that was our last
Fantastic
investigation.
capture. That's awesome.
That was
at
Post Town.
Post Town Elementary School in Ohio.
Outstanding caption on
Absolutely
that one.
amazing place to investigate. I love Daryl. We love the school. We love Daryl. It's an amazing place to freaking investigate.
It is. Got a lot of stuff there. A lot.
It is a
Nice.
lot of weird shit. Yeah.
Trying to
Shit,
think.
we haven't even revealed everything yet, and here we are going, yeah, guys, get there. It's great. It's great. It is. It really is.
It's kind of crazy you're talking about a gymnasium because we actually just investigated. Well, this is like our 5th time to be there, but we've went to one of our first local elementary schools here in Texas to investigate, and I think the first time we investigated, we didn't get a whole lot there. We got a few things that are questionable, but during our second investigation, it was literally a rainy and stormy night. Literally, there was tornadoes all over the place, and we had all of our gear, all of our production in one room. But Beth was fixing to head to location. But Scotty and me were already there filming. But at the time, Scotty is like a big, crazy meteorologist type of guy. Like if there's bad weather, his head is in his phone on the radar the entire time. He's like, nope, not doing it, not going. But thank God he had his face in that radar because he's like, yeah, we need to leave. And I said, okay, so we went ahead and left our gear at the location. Ran home, let the storm play its, do its course. And something told me we have to go back tonight. We have to go back. And finally about 9:45, Beth is like, are we going back or what? I said, yeah, we'll go back. And so we got back and the entire atmosphere in the school was just so charged, like eerie charged.
Yeah.
And I can't explain how it felt. It didn't feel like you're walking into a school. It was like walking into a danger zone. Honestly, it's how it felt. Beth was doing some spirit box session stuff. She was getting some really pretty good responses. And well, it led us to what they called the creepy hallway. This hallway is literally one of the creepiest things that I've seen in a long time. It has that energy, that vibe, that there's something just lurking in the atmosphere, kind of lingering. And so
it was leading back. It was leading back to the locker rooms, the boys and girls locker rooms, or where they used to be.
I'm gonna let you tell this story, Beth, because this is your thing.
Sorry,
here.
I'm not trying to take over.
No, do you go for it? This is your experience.
We got there. I was doing spirit box, and I can't remember I got a man saying his name. I can't remember what it was. Seems like it was Mike or something like that. I'm not sure. And I kind of just asked, where he was in the building, and he said a locker room comes through the spirit box, and we're like, well, I guess we're going to the locker room. So we went down what he called the creepy hallway, and it was just dubbed that name by the people that work there. It's a very small town, so it's kind of their city hall, but they really only actually use a couple of the rooms in the front, and the rest is basically abandoned. I mean, it's fallen apart, in some places. They have the library's good because it's just, they keep that up for the locals, but, so they dubbed that hallway the creepy hallway, which it is. It's creepy. The tiles are pushed up off the floor from years of not being attended to and flooding and stuff like that. So we get down to so we get down to this little room, like the locker room, and off the locker room it goes, steps down and into the gymnasium. And we were sitting there doing, I think Nathan was where we were on Nathan with the cameras, and he was doing a spirit box session, and we were hearing noises come from the gymnasium. And honestly, what I heard for myself, I felt like it was what you hear, the screeching of tennis shoes, like a basketball game going on. You can hear the
squeak.
Well, hold on a minute, Beth. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to kind of go back real quick. We were in the locker room. We were in the locker room, and Beth was asking questions, And for some reason, I was just compelled to just ask, where does spirit energy go after you die? Can you show me how you manifest?
Mm-hmm.
Scotty's filming on one side of me, Beth is on the other side. And Beth captures this pulsating ball of energy come out of a door and beeline it, like pulsate, come at me, and then shoot off, and then come back and enter in my body.
Wow.
And that's when they started hearing those like loud, footstep sounds from the gymnasium. Continue, Beth.
That's basically it. I mean, we were hearing those noises come from the gym, and it seemed like shortly after that light that he's talking about, or the ball of energy, because we're real weird about orbs. We don't really call it. We don't mention dust. We don't mention bugs. We're weird. I guess not weird, but we don't really comment on orbs, or even use it as evidence or anything like that.
Right.
In this situation, it was more of like he described it, pulsating and moving.
Right.
And it came right from that doorway, which leads into the gym. And it came directly to him as he was talking. Like he said, it bounced off him at least twice before it actually came back around to him and went into his chest and dissipated. We never saw it again. So
wow, that's a good one.
And I think it was shortly after that we all just started feeling very weird, like eerie, because we were feeling this darkness come from the back of the gym, and Scotty was filming, and we were having a lot of audio interference at the time. So once we got to back to our base camp area, we were actually Scotty and Beth were actually reviewing the footage that they had filmed, and they caught a shadow, like a black mass shadow person peek its head around the corner a couple of times.
Wow.
And that's on video. It's crazy.
Well, it's good. I'll see that one.
Yeah.
So that will that be on your show, or?
Yes, it'll be on the show. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of our elementary school episode that we're currently, fixing to start working on as far as the editing process goes.
All right. What did you say you use for editing?
I do Final Cut.
Final Cut.
Yeah, I've done Final Cut for the last 8 years or so.
I think there's something called Final Cut too.
Yeah.
And the editing process and all that kind of stuff is all Nathan. He includes us in on, the ideas that he has. He asks us, what do you think? Do you like this? Is there something else I should do? So he includes us in on the editing process, but the actual sitting at the computer it's all Nathan, really. So it takes, a lot of people don't realize, you ask, how far in between episodes are going to be coming out. Well, it just depends on episodes. Sometimes it can take months and months and months before we can get an episode out. And sometimes he can wrap one up in a couple of weeks or so. It just depends on the story. And if like the one that we're fixing to do, it could be moments like this. We're just not done with the investigation. I mean, there's still more to the story that we need to investigate or research more before he can actually start the editing process with the video and everything. And getting the B-rolls takes sometimes a full entire day of just filming B-roll. So, like a lot of our episodes are going to just be spaced out. And, and I think that Natalie and PARAFlixx is really going to be flexible with that. For us, like if we have an episode, this one releases and the next one might be a couple of months away before it gets released. So,
yeah, it's pretty much it. Like Beth said, episodes just depending on the story. Pretty much anything we do with editing, it's time is our best friend. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, so I won't give our viewer a product unless it's completely finished. And the crews watched it, and they like it, or if there's audio problems, or something didn't turn out correct, and it's just we have to make sure things are top notch.
Right.
So that's about it, really.
I'll get ready to see them.
Well, thank you, appreciate it.
And you guys keep it as real as possible too, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. No, anytime the cameras roll is just, is when basically when cameras roll, we're no different, now than we are on camera.
Right.
Whatever happens. And, you can ask Kara this one. And I think she would, vouch for this. When we were at the gate filming, it was very behind the scenes. Everything was raw in the moment. And that's just kind of the beauty of how it all unfolded. If something weird was going on, we were filming the entire time, so it was
Hmm.
one of those types of things. And when Kara got to the
I'm not
location the first
close.
day, that was the first time me and Kara had met each other in person, and even she had weird experiences there.
Right. And that's the whole thing about it. Like, I didn't know getting there if they had already had a plan laid out, like what kind of story what are we focusing on when it comes to the story of the gate? And literally, like, it's so true that if the place is legitimate, that story is going to tell itself. And I feel like that's what happened there.
And I'll kind of tell the Gateway story without giving anything away, because a lot of people have questions. Like, there's so many more questions now because we actually did an exclusive screening here in our local theater, so our community could have the first
Oh, that's
dibs at,
awesome.
yeah, so our theater could have the first dibs at watching it. And there was a lot of questions that were asked, and it was all positive. Like, I love the feedback that people gave was so positive. The constructive criticism, and just they're asking, well, what could have caused that energy? What could have caused this? Blah blah blah. It was so good. And basically the story that started this was a woman by the name of Vanessa Milligan. And the first time I had ever met her in person was, I don't know, right before we started filming the gate. Really, literally, it was one of my buddy's friends, or buddy's friends, my friend's mother. I don't know why I said that. One of my friend's moms. I'm thinking of you guys. Sorry, man.
Oh, thank
Like,
you.
yeah, I'm thinking of y'all. Like, it was my buddy's mother that I had met, and before we had even ignited a conversation, we went to her back patio and we sat down. She sat there for probably 5 minutes, just like looking at me and like reading me or trying to read me or whatever. And she said, "Hey," she said, "did you know that there is a gateway between heaven and earth? And when you go there, there is spirit energy. There's all kinds of unworld or otherworldly things that go on. And when you approach that, you'll experience it." Well, when I heard that, of course, I'm being skeptical, and I'm like, "Oh,
Hey.
okay." And so finally I got the courage to go, and I literally just grabbed a camera. I didn't have a tripod, and I had a microphone, and I set the camera on the curb. And literally the minute I approached this location, this gateway, it was instant responses. And I mean, these weren't just something the spirit box was spitting out words, or little bitty phrases, or something you might think says something, but no, these were direct answers.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
stuff you can't argue with. It's just,
Mhm.
and the first day that I went investigated it, I got all these immediate responses. And I was so blown away by, the results that I got from it, that I ended up sending it to the crew. And that was whenever Kara responded, and she came like I don't know, it might have been 4 or 5 days later, or 2 or 3 days. I don't remember how long ago, but it wasn't very long after that. She showed up to the gate, and even she was having weird things. Like she was experiencing the atmosphere change, and all these spiritual like vortexes were around us that was happening. It was very weird, but yeah, pretty much what it all boils down to. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. What it all boils down to is, we were basically told that we would experience these events, and my ultimate goal was to go to this gate and clearly, debunk it,
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
as you do as an investigator anyway.
Yeah.
But, the more we investigated this, the more things became more groundbreaking, more intelligent, and it just became, so bizarre to know that in our little town here, Pampa, Texas, we had something that I don't think anyone's ever known about. There's been hundreds of people take pictures at this gate, and not one person's ever experienced this. And then we go there, we get all this incredible activity and responses. It's mind blowing. So I can't wait for people to see the trailer and the film. It's really cool.
Yes. I might be able to try at the end to play your trailer as we go out. It kind of was messed up for I don't know why. But I did it when we decided to finish. It is good trailer. First, that's all I want to ask you. I think that was.
Do y'all have any questions for us?
I'm trying to think of something. What about when you have kids? How's that when do you have kids, Nathan?
I do not.
No.
Those two do, though.
All right.
Chaotic.
Yeah, like I haven't even been able to sit still tonight because they're just, all over the place.
No, you can't.
Beth has 4
Right.
kids. I couldn't imagine. I'm just like, you're awesome. I don't know how you do
Well,
it.
I mean, the kids it's nice that your family supports you in this type of stuff to be able to go and do it.
Mhm.
And but now I got into it. My son was like 3 or 4, I guess, when I started doing it. 15 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, recently, Carter
Yeah, I
got to be
got
on a little snippet.
I got 4 kids.
Wow.
Yes, her son was he's in this new movie, or our new episode, The Gateway Between Worlds. Her son did a little acting job on it, so he did
wow.
really good.
Cool. Can't wait to see that.
He was so excited to see his face on there. He was like, "That's the coolest thing ever."
Carter did such a good job during that shoot, man. It was so cool. Like,
Thank you.
after Kara dug up some history, about this location, because the Gateway isn't the only thing we investigated. We actually found out later on there's another location next to it. I'm not going to give that away, but what I will say is, when we got access to that place, to that location, Kara came to do a history reveal for the film, and her son came with her, and he was all like about doing these reenactments, and it was really cool to have him do that because he made it look so cool, and he was just having a blast with it, and it was really cool to be able to work with them on that.
He's usually very reluctant to do certain things. He's just particular about some of the things that he does. So it was really cool to see him that excited about something that I'm excited about. So that was a really cool experience.
Well, did you put him in the credits?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in there. That was the other thing. He saw his name and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" Y'all probably just changed his life, changed his whole life with that.
That's me squirting there.
There is no way I couldn't put Carter's name in the credits.
Oh,
Man. Like,
yeah.
he did such a good job with that.
Fast forward 10 years, he's probably going to be your apprentice or something.
There you go.
Something.
No, man, Carter did a phenomenal job. So like, there was no way I couldn't add his name to the credits. So
Yeah.
but no, and another thing, when it comes to reenactments, like it's hard to tell, like depending on the story, we add a few in every once in a while, but it's mainly just, our investigation.
Yeah.
We don't really have, we show shots of the location, the dark hallways or whatever we're filming. But depending on, who is willing to do a reenactment, if we have the time to do a reenactment, the scheduling or whatever, then we'll do one or whatever. But, it just depends on how things go.
I go drum roll.
Hey, Beth, Teresa's got the ring light you want.
Yeah, I need to get that one.
I mean, it's broke right now because I keep fucking breaking it.
See, that's what's wrong with mine. Mine's like, it's so embarrassing that I've got electrical tape and a
Trying
dog
to get a new one.
There you go.
A dog leash is like holding it up so it doesn't fall forward.
I got a $5 small ring light from Target and I love it.
Yeah,
one
me
of
too,
these.
dude. Like mine's literally like that big. It is so small.
You're my mic.
Everybody show us your ring lights.
But look, in my own damn defense here, y'all, okay? I got one of the big ones because I was like, oh yeah, I can take off that attachment, plug in one of my cameras to it for an investigation. No, that don't happen. Because you put your camera on the bitch and it goes, it's like a stripper on a Friday night on that pole. It's just like, nope.
I love you.
It don't stay up. Don't stay up.
What's up?
That is funny.
Hi, baby.
Wonderful $60 goddamn tripod ring light. Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. Like, what kind of cameras do y'all use when y'all investigate, or do y'all do anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just got right in the camera.
Yeah. I mean, we do. You name it. I mean, what are you talking? I mean, we use the night vision. We use the dual spectrum. We use, you know what I mean? The IR. Like, yeah.
Nice. Okay. See, this is the recent thing we've got here. Hold on.
Oh, it's just a youngin'.
This is ours for oh, I can't show it.
Oh, that's nice.
That looks about, yeah.
But
Now,
I mean,
see, this is where the whole tech suave thing comes into, like, counteract with me personally.
Yeah.
Because I've got all that shit. But I look at my tech guy and I'm going, now how do I put point A to point B to point C to point? How's all this work together? And they're going, here you go, Teresa.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You just got to experiment with it. It's all it is. You just got to start pressing buttons and looking at stuff and
exactly
screwing stuff up and making mistakes. I mean, it's just how it is.
My biggest thing is I've always been told you don't fuck with something if you don't know what you're doing. Like, that's how I was raised.
Me too.
Yeah. So, like, I'm going, shit, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't want to touch it.
This is what I do. I just
and then make it worse.
I just do this. I go, what's this? Oh, got it. Oh, it broke. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me put it back on there.
See, I just ask Bill and Scott. That's what I do.
Yeah, but he neglects to say, like, for us, I'm like, we didn't buy those cameras are his, and if we're operating him, then we're like, I'm not just gonna start pushing buttons.
But that's how you learn, though. Like,
exactly.
You have to just start pressing crack. Like, this
Ooh,
is
what's this do?
This is my thing. As long as a lens is not dropped, like I have done, like we can fix it. We can figure it out. So if a lens drops, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry like a little baby. But other than that, I'm good to go. Oh, nice.
That's what I just got. Yeah,
That's cool.
I got a new full stretch IR camera
Nice.
with the it's pretty nice. It lets up big time. Like, woo.
Yep. See, and like when we do night vision cameras, like, this one here is our main one that we use because we have audio that goes to it. We have 2 or 3 audio channels that go to it, but that was one of our biggest things for the longest time with audio, trying to get our audio correct. We went through so many phases, and so once we finally found the right audio, we was able to connect it to that camera and actually have good audio with our night vision stuff. So that's kind of what that camera does. It's just audio, really. And you have built-in night vision along with, the audio, so that it makes it a really cool thing to feature.
Right. Yeah, I think about getting an external mic for the camera though. Cause a lot of times the camera mics aren't that great. That's why we use our recorders. We had an external mic that we used out of it, and what we'll do is we'll cut it to our hats, so you have the water running down there to your pocket.
Yeah.
It's a lot better. So I just bought a new one house too because mine broke.
See, and Kara, she's our main camera lady now. And she, I remember when we brought her on the first day, I was like, hey, I'm going to give you the camera. And she's like, uh-oh.
I don't even. Yeah, I was like, I haven't even taken a selfie in 2 years.
But you know what? I gotta give Kara credit, man. The first day she filmed with us was for the gate, and she did exactly what Sky did. She just took it and ran with it. She's learned it. Firstly, she's learned the basics of it, which is awesome. And that's
very
really
basic, but I'm
Yeah,
excited to learn more for sure.
Oh, yeah. Like the thing is, like even me, like even though I know the camera better than anybody, I still learn and I'm still messing up. Like I still don't know everything.
Do you have to put it on anti-shake when she did it?
Do what?
Put the setting on anti-shake?
No. No, and the thing
if there's
was,
an anti-ADHD button, push it.
No, the thing Kara, I think, kind of like struggled with for a little bit, and Kara, if I'm wrong, tell me, was like, I was like, hey, is the camera rolling? She goes, how do I know if it's recording? And I'll go, there's a little red dot at the top of the screen. Oh, no, it's not recording yet.
Yeah.
So,
I'm telling you, I
She does a way better job.
Thank y'all. Yeah, now I know what it's supposed to look like when
she
it's
does
recording.
a better job than I do.
Oh,
Yeah, now I know when there's a red dot, it means it's recording. Now I know that.
And I'll say, Kara, do you have audio? She goes, I think so.
Yeah. My discernment it's growing every time I do it. But yeah, especially in the beginning, I was like, let's hope so. If not, I will voice over everything.
No, my 7-year-old
Maybe I'm good
kid
at that.
knows more about technology than I do. Okay.
Yeah. Same.
Like, what am I doing wrong, kid? And he's going, Mom, you're so. What the hell is wrong with you? If he could swear, he would look at me and be like, what the hell is wrong with you, woman? I don't know. I don't like technology. I don't know.
But this is the cool thing,
Look, there he goes. He pops out of nowhere and he goes, because you're bad at it. Look. Asshole. Get out of my room. Get out of my room. Get.
But this is the thing, during production of our Gateway film, Kara really,
bad at
learned
it.
a lot with audio.
Asshole.
She learned a lot with filming, and during one of the biggest captures of our entire film, we actually heard it through the audio as it was happening.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I didn't. I heard something come through, but I couldn't figure out what it was until she told me the response. And then when I went and watched it, I was like, "Holy crap!" And that's another thing. Like when we're filming, Kara has a headset on, and she's monitoring audio coming from our mics in and out of the camera, so she hears everything that's going on. So that was a real big thing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's like the post town thing, Scott, where like you heard.
I think we lost her.
Oh.
Well, I'll say about it. It was like around around 3 a.m. I guess Sunday, actually to be Wednesday morning because we went on Tuesday to Post Town, and I was up in the called the bad teacher's room, and I was sitting there, and everybody else was down the hall, and I hear slam, real loud door slam. I'm like, what the hell? I jumped, and they're down there, and I'm saying, do you guys hear that? And Teresa started walking me down because she thought I was talking a lot down there, which I wasn't. I was getting quiet. So I heard you talking. I said, no, did you hear a door slam? And they really none of us heard it, but I picked it up on audio. So it was loud. And they were just down the hall and didn't hear it. So that's one of the weirdest things we had. And another place we went to is called Haunted Mansion. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it or not. But there's supposed to be a ghost girl named Anna, and we always studio and buildings or that we're going to investigate. We always put our audio on really, because a lot of times you get stuff just setting up, and I get a lot of stuff sometimes too on that. I was upstairs setting my camera quickly up, and I just said, "Hey, I'm here," and I could have swore that. And Teresa comes upstairs, and I said, T, I think I heard. I went back, and it actually picked up on audio. And I actually heard that. So that was pretty cool.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, we get very lucky when we go out most places. Very rarely you get anything. It's always something. So.
Right.
We get a swear word too. Do you guys get swear words?
I'm sorry?
Do you guys get swear words in your EPs? We get like people saying shit and
I have never caught any spirit cussing on our recording before. I never have.
All right,
I think I've maybe heard one time. Otherwise, it's all like blasphemy and stuff. That's all I catch.
Yeah, name calling and stuff. It's past investigation. I got something say Jesus.
Yeah, we've heard that. We've heard Lord and Bishop and Jesus and all kinds of Christ, all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to go through. Yeah, I'm going to show you that within next week or so up on my ghost site. Let's do. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be listening and paying closer attention to see. I've never even thought about that. Are they cussing?
Yeah, we get that a lot. I don't know if they just don't let us. Well, those places we go to, it's just have like so we get awful sentences too. Just one word to get whole phrases or pop in. We get that too. That's what, yeah, we got something there. Sometimes it's hard to understand sitting. But so you guys have anything else to talk about?
I really think we covered it. I mean, the only thing I could think to say is, I hope everyone tunes in to this Saturday on PARAFlixx at 10, 9 Central. as our brand new film, My Paranormal Experience: The Gateway Between Worlds, airs. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. And we love feedback, the good or the bad. We love to hear y'all's thoughts and stuff on the whole film.
Okay. Well, I can try.
I might be a little partial, but I loved it.
I could try. If we close it out and say our goodbyes, I'll try to play your preview
That was great.
at the
Sure.
end.
No, she said I might be a bit partial, but I thought it was great.
No, she talking for herself.
Yeah, sometimes.
That was hilarious.
She
Here's
looked
the
at-
reaction. She's talking to herself.
Yeah. So,
I'm sorry.
She's looking at her magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Mirror,
No.
mirror, 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 mirror that fell on the floor and broke.
I ain't got one of those magic mirrors, goddammit. I ain't no goddamn Cinderella. Sorry.
Okay, T, you want to close us out for us?
What?
You want to close out? Or close out?
What time is it?
Well, I think they are good. So
Yeah, and I was cutting in and out there for a while, so I wasn't hearing everything you guys were saying. Like I was trying to come in and I know. I missed some. It's not fair.
It's good.
It's got technology is not fair at all. Like it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Basically, all I was saying was just
Not my
tune in
friend.
Saturday night. That's all I was saying.
Yeah,
Right.
Just tune in on Saturday.
I do want to say this: those who do, subscribe to the PARAFlixx network, if you guys do the 3-month subscription, be sure and put in promo code MPE10 to get 10% off your first 3 months.
Hey,
And
what are you doing?
enjoy the film.
Oh, I'm going to. Don't worry.
Now, what did you- that
I'll be
was-
texting you on Saturday night after I watch it.
Hold on, that was M. What was it? MP3. What?
MPE.
E. Okay, guys. MPE. So I heard him wrong the first time. I'm sorry.
It's my paranormal experience. Duh.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Okay.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to the premiere Saturday because, like Beth and they were saying earlier, we're going to be in Jefferson. We're actually leaving tomorrow morning, heading out
wow.
to Jefferson, and we're going to be there till Sunday. Head home Sunday, but we're going there to promote the film, to film for our show, and Saturday night it'll premiere while we're at Jefferson. So we're really
nice.
It's going to be a really busy and hectic weekend full of all kinds of stuff. So
I bet. I bet.
hope you guys will tune in too. So
I'll definitely check that. Yep.
Absolutely. Now, Scott, because I couldn't hear everything that was going on, did you guys already go over with all of them how everyone can get into the actual PARAFlixx, how they can log in, how they can find it, how they can search it? Did you guys go over that already?
no, we did not.
Okay.
Basically, PARAFlixx is a streaming service you can find on the App Store, Google Play. You can download it on your Fire Amazon TV stick, Roku, and Chromecast, and Apple TV. Yeah, those are all the platforms you can download the network to. You do have to pay subscription, obviously, to watch the content, but that's where we will be at. So
Yeah, I'm gonna post it on Facebook too.
cool.
Right there.
Right.
Cool.
Absolutely. And for you guys who don't know any of the members, we will make sure that in the description of all of our videos that are shared throughout all of our networks, you guys will know how to find all of the individuals from My Paranormal Experience. Scott and I, more so Scott, hands up to Scott. He's my man. He will make sure that you guys have all the links necessary to find our links, their links. So just keep an eye in the description. Absolutely.
All right, cool. So, as we say our goodbyes, I'm going to try to play the premiere your intro. So, thanks
For their show?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what, as we go out, I'm going to play it. So,
okay. Okay, cool. All right.
But it's great to have you guys on. It's a blast. It started off kind of wonky, but
you're fine. It happens, man. It happens. No worries.
It happens.
Welcome to technology, y'all.
Right.
Thank you all for having us.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we'll have to have you guys back on, like, halfway through it. That way, it will give our audience, your audience, some more time to kind of chit chat with you all about what they've seen so far. That'd be cool. Absolutely.
Okay. Cross your fingers. I'm going to play this intro. I'm going to have an intro up on Facebook too. So
if it goes wrong, just blame it on Scott. Okay.
Yeah. I get a little sign that says blame it on Scott. That's better. All right, we'll try this, guys.
That's going to be Scott's new meme. Blame it on Scott.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
This story, this experience is real. And myself and my crew were able to document proof of what is soon coming to PARAFlixx Paranormal Plus.
In 1997, I was asked to do a spiritual mapping of Pampa.
I faced one of the most mind-blowing paranormal experiences that I have personally ever documented.
It has to do with the trauma that this place kind of has experienced in that area, and I really think that that's exciting.
I was creeped out automatically.
Oh, dude, look at that.
That stuff's been pretty incredible.
What about this gate is a portal? Where did it come from?
And it's been pretty intelligent.
I asked God to show me and lead me to where a spiritual gate was, and my eye caught that gate.
I want to know the story behind this gate.
You're not going to come against my friends. You're not going to come against my family. And I'm going to stand here until you let go.
My Paranormal Experience, The Gateway Between Worlds, premieres November 6th, only on PARAFlixx.